A four-story building under construction has collapsed in Mbale City, leaving one person dead and several others injured. The incident occurred at around 3 a.m. on Saturday in Kachumbala Cell in Namakwekwe Estate, where 4 of the construction workers were reportedly residing at the time. According to eyewitnesses, the 3 managed to escape while their colleague was trapped under the debris. Police, working alongside the Red Cross, rushed to the scene and conducted rescue operations, managing to recover one deceased from the rubble. The deceased has been identified as Andrew Wonyakala, a foreman at the construction site. The Elgon Region Police spokesperson Roger Staitika confirmed the fatality and described the incident as unfortunate. Police further confirmed that 3 survivors are one Emmanuel and Ashraf plus Masaba Wilfred are currently receiving medical treatment.
It's unfortunate that this accident has claimed the life of one Wonyakala, Andrew. This man has been a foreman on this site. It is alleged that this accident happened last night at around 8 a.m. and there were 4. The 4, it has been confirmed that Wonyakala Andrew is now confirmed dead. As I speak, he has been transported to Mbale mortuary so that the postmortem is conducted. The other survivors, there is one called Emmanuel and Masaba Wilfred, then Ashraf. Those ones are confirmed. They are still living.
The building owner is reportedly abroad, but police says investigations have been extensive to establish the exact cause of the disaster.
Like I said, we are making all the possibilities to ensure that we really make sure that we arrest the engineer who is behind the construction of this facility. Because as I told you, when you assess, even from the layman's eye, you can see that there was a lot of shadow work that was going on this side.
According to Dan Mukwana, an engineer and a construction expert at Queer Constructors Limited in Mbale City, has attributed the collapse to the combination of negligence by engineers, weak enforcement by the city authorities, and cost-cutting by clients.
It is a case in point, and I've always been very tough when it comes to the engineers from council who come to our projects. They will charge us a lot of money. We pay a lot of money as development fees, but they never come on the ground to inspect what exactly takes place. And I suspect the problem today here, this site had been cleared like any other sites are cleared well in the city. We pay the money, but the state engineers don't come up to supervise the construction, despite taking all of the fees from the clients. So clients are crying. They pay so much money to council, but then they don't see the service. Work will go on. A site collapses like this has collapsed today, losing lives, but the engineers are nowhere to be seen to see exactly, because I suspect if the engineers were coming around, they would have mitigated the damage, wouldn't have reached this level. This is a collateral loss to both the client and the people who have lost their loved ones here. It's because of negligence. I will attribute that to negligence. Now the engineers are being negligent. The city authorities are being negligent. Because you cannot cast a slab of about 500 millimeters thickness and a solid slab, because I don't cite anything like a max span that should have been used to check the weight of the building. Then when you look at the bars that we're using, they have used very small bars, 12 millimeter bars. And yet I suspect in approval, they tabled the structural drawings that indicated the kind of the structural members that we're supposed to be using. For such a structure, I would recommend high the Y16. But it's not a guarantee, because the guarantee would only come based on the material mix schedule. A report from the the report that was supposed to come out from the person who carried out the tests on the soils to bear the bearing capacity, the geologist. So if the geologist recommended and the report was taken to council, then it was the work of council to come and follow up.
However, several residents have described the chaotic scenes as the building collapsed, trapping occupants under the rubble. Agnes Nandutu, a neighbor, said some workers were heard shouting moments before the structure gave way, while others managed to escape.
There are some colleagues of theirs who were shouting in the what? In that place, in the building, calling their names. But they called, then they what? They kept quiet. But the other two boys who were on the other side, for them they jumped out and they ran. That time when we were also taking my children to the hospital to Tobin here, they were also going, they were running. But I think they were just running away because we didn't see them. So people gathered, they came in, they helped us, and that is how the whole thing was.
There was a bit of a actually, kusanga munana ezekiro ngeze nempulira ekintu nga ekintu akichule kigwa kigize bugize mbo ekigwa kati nawe kugama madamu wange nti mpulidde ekigudde nensubira gundi kalina gye bali mu kuzimba eno yakoze ki egudde kwe kufuluma eweru era nga wabweru wona okulaba ennyumba eddako nga tosobola giraba olw'enfuufu ebaddewo empitirivu kati oluvudde eri nezijja nga ndikunoonya kuba ndibadde abalirwana baffe bensubira nti badde abali mu nnyumba yalira nene egudde so kwe kuvaayo ndaba nga ennyumba yonna eri ku ttaka era mbadde awo neŋŋamba wayi kankole ki kanyingireyo ngezeeko okuba nga ntaasa utuuse ku siini gezaaho okujjajayo bino buloka n'okusindika ekisenge kibaddewo kibadde kiri otu preventing okuba nga tukola ki tutuuka ku bantu abali munda. Tusindisa ekisenge ne kigwa tujjayo n'ebibaawo ebiti ebibaddewo ebibadde bikutte ebituzibye okutuuka ku munankani abantu ababadde mu nnyumba olugya emiti bana babadde ku mabbali kwenyini bo tubatuseeko tugeze netukwata buloka netubajjako blocks ezimu ezibagwiridde netuzibajjako nebavaayo nga balamu nokuba nti bakoseddwa kati kwabo benyini abavuddemu omu natugamba nti waliwo ababadde ku ngulu basuubira okuba nga enamba eri wakati w'abantu nga 8 ababadde bakolako ne omwana awonye okuva kuba babadde ku site era yafubutukidde sayidi eri ng'ava mu binankani mu buloka era bumulengedde netumugjayo netumubuuza nti obadde weeka yatuzeemu nti baddeko ne bannange waliwo nomala bamuyita Emma naye kigenza okuzuulika nga ate Emma abadde bali mu kunoonya nga yakoze ki avuddeyo kati natugamba nti abantu abamu ababadde ku ngulu basuubira okubeera mu lumu wasemba so lumu eyo okuba nti abantu ababaddewo tetubadde n'amagezi agatuweereza nti waliwo abantu abali mu lumu eri era nga wetubaddewo tujjeeyo bano naye tegenda ekituula ddala ku lumu eri gye batugambye nta mwe mubadde abantu so tetubanga tetufuna ekituufu kyenyini era abantu babaddemu muli eri naye ono bwe tujjeeyo bwe tumumunudde yatugambye nti muli munankani waggulu yawulidde era nga bali boogera mu lumu yaabwe nti munankani muno mulimu abantu boogera mu lumu yaabwe natugamba nti muteeka okuba mulimu abantu bansonga nabawulidde kusanga 7 bali mu mboozi zaabwe banyumya so tusuubira okuba nga abantu bakyali munankanya lumu eryo
byabadde ssaawa meka?
byabadde ssaawa 8 ogw'ekiro.
That there were 8 people residing inside that building. The other 2 who were on the other side, and then these others who had taken up the floors, because there were 4 floors. So some of them, they were like on the 3rd floor. That's where they were sleeping, because there was some work going on. They were putting what? They were putting the shutters for the windows and the doors. So we believe even that is what added extra weight to this what? To the building, that made it to what? Because they had put the shutters on 2 floors, the ground floor and the 1st floor. They had put shutters. So we believe that that is what even accelerated the weight, and it what? And it brought that whole thing down.
Health-wise, I've been affected because of my age. A brick hit me on the back. A brick hit me on the back, and then a metal also hit me this part here. You saw that metal which had of the window, which dropped on the other side. It is the one which hit me here, because I was now trying to do this, and when the brick hit me here, I said, ah! So as I did the hand, like I had the metal also what, falling. So this boy here was also affected, because the neighbor had to help and pull him out. So from nowhere, when they brought us out, they said, the baby also was in this other room here. My baby of my grandchild of 1 year, 8 months was in the next bedroom. He was in a small baby bed. So my daughter was crying there, my child has died, my child. So I had to what? To come this side also to help now removing the what? Removing the bricks, the cement. So we just had to pull the what? To pull the baby out. So health-wise, you know, with the old age, with these injuries, I don't know what much effect it has what, but I'm already having back ache, and the head is paining me. By the time they took me to the hospital, I was feeling a bit what? A bit dizzy, but when I reached there, they gave me some painkiller and they gave me some drip. So now I'm a bit what? Stabilizing. So they told me, Mama, you have to go home, shower, then you come back, we check on you and see whether you need X-ray or you need a scar. And then now, materially, they have destroyed my house.
What we had observed was that they were using weak building materials, because they made those blocks for that building when we were here. They made those blocks from here. So the amount of sand compared to the cement was much. And the way they were constructed, as you can see, they used weak building materials, and the wires they were using were very weak. So we believe the building was already bound to fall, but when they put the shutters, which added more weight to the what? To the building, it had to collapse. Yes.